Nobody is perfect. I know you've heard this like 1,000 times already. One of the mistakes that a lot of people make is trying to project themselves as perfect. And the truth is that projecting yourself as perfect is not sustainable because no human being on the planet Earth is perfect. Now, this is a big problem, especially with personal brands or people who want to build a community around what they do or around themselves, because they try so much to project themselves as too perfect so that other people can look at them and admire them and want to be like them. But what they fail to realize is that human beings are smart and people can literally tell when you're being a fake. People connect more with realness than when you are being fake. People connect more with vulnerabilities than strengths. People connect more with vulnerabilities than successes. Now, let me explain this to you in a few. Picture this, for example. You see this particular person who has been successful all their lives. They've never made any mistake. They just have everything working for them, making a lot of money, a lot of brand endorsement deals. They don't make any mistakes. They don't even as much as fart. How would you feel? Can you relate to that? What do you think about those kind of brands? No, I'm literally asking you right now. You see that those kind of brands are unrealistic. That only happens in cartoons. It never happens in real life because human beings are imperfect. When you see people who try so much to project their brands as perfect, they become unrelatable because people look at them and they're like, this person is so successful, but how did they get there? How did they get it? You can't even picture it. Where did they start? Where are they going? It's just so overwhelming. You cannot relate to them. But if you see brands who, beyond projecting what they do or projecting their strengths, also project their weaknesses, it is easier for you to relate with them because you probably at a point in your life where you've made a lot of mistakes yourself, or you're at a point in life where you're struggling or you're trying so much to be that man or that woman of your dream or that person in business of your dream, or maybe you just started a new business line and then you don't really know the ropes around it and all. You're making your mistakes, and seeing people who are literally making the same mistakes as you gives you this cushion effect, gives you this kind of warmth that, oh, you're not alone. And because you feel like you're not alone, you find out that it's easier for you to relate with those people and the kinds of content they put out. If you see a successful businessman in the same line of business with you, posting content about his failures, his struggles, and how he got to where he got to, you find out that it's easier for you to relate to that businessman than a businessman who just only posts his success stories, his wins. That's because you see yourself in that businessman who is able to project his vulnerabilities, who is able to project his weaknesses, who is able to project his story. Basically, that's storytelling. Stories are not meant to be perfect, all right? Stories try to interpret life the way life is. And people connect more with stories because stories in a way depict some kind of realness or depict some kind of realities. And if you're talking about non-fictional stories anyways. So the bottom line is, people connect more with your vulnerabilities than your strengths. If you want to build a personal brand, instead of you to be creating content around the 5 do's, the 5 don'ts, theoretical content that people can just easily Google out on the internet, why don't you tell a story? Tell your story, share your story, your uniqueness. Because there are other people, there are 1,000,001 people creating the same content of how to do this and how to do that online, that people can literally just go online and YouTube them or Google them and find them out. But one of the things that makes you unique is your story. Your story. So in as much as you're trying to teach other things and teach them concepts here and there, you want to try as much as possible to project your own story. How did you face this challenge? How did you overcome the challenge? What was the journey? I tell people that there are 2 kinds of journey. There's the journey of achievement and there's the journey of transformation. The journey of achievement is what everybody sees. Oh, he's trying so much to make a name for himself, to make a living so he can afford the kind of lifestyle that he wants, the kind of lifestyle that caters for his families and all that. That's the journey of achievement. But from the point A to the journey of achievement, there is an undertone. There's the journey of transformation that occurs, because before he's able to achieve this great thing, there is a man that he has to become to be able to achieve that. And now that's the journey of transformation. If you're building your personal brand online and you're telling your stories, one of the things that you want to be intentional about is actually telling them the processes. Don't just show the results. We know the results. Everybody sees the results, all right? And the results are there. They are glaring. They're overwhelming, all right? But people don't really know the process. It's because when you show them the results alone, it looks too far away for them to actually reach. But if you show them the processes, it's much more relatable. It's much more suiting. They can see themselves in that process. They can see that, okay, we can make these steps. These are the steps I shouldn't take. These are the steps I should take for me to achieve the result. And the truth is that success leaves footprints. The same principles that apply here in Nigeria would apply anywhere in the United States, in Bahamas, in London. You want to try to project good stories about yourself, authentic stories about yourself, unique stories about how you got to where you got to. And that's one of the ways you're going to win the emotions of your people over and over and over again. If this video makes a difference to your day in any way, let me know in the comment section by sharing your thoughts. I would love to see it, and I want to see how you have been telling stories for your personal brand in the comment section. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, follow for more, turn on the post notification so you get notified each time I make a new video. And also do not forget, and if you feel like you want to learn more about personal branding, then this video right here is for you. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.